This is the easiest way to hit your fairway woods more consistently. Today we're addressing a common challenge that many golfers face, hitting the fairway woods consistently off the deck. I'm going to share with you 3 very simple but very effective tips to help you achieve more reliable and accurate shots with your fairway woods. Before we get started, if I could just ask you one favour, it'd be hit that subscribe button. It's free, easy to do, and means you'll never miss another video and you'll get better at golf in the process. So hit subscribe and let's get into the video. So tip number 1 is all about ball position and the distance that we stand away from the golf ball. So the foundation of a consistent fairway wood shot starts from these 2 things. And this is where I see so many golfers going wrong when it comes to the fairway woods, because they set up with the ball position and distance away from the ball like they would with the driver. They have the sternum behind the ball position forward, shoulders angled, ready to hit up on the ball. So I'm going to show you why that is wrong when it comes to this club and how we should properly go about setting up and swinging to be more consistent. So the ball position with our fairway wood, not like the driver where we're super forward in our stance, it's just left of centre, almost like you'd see with a mid-iron. And now the distance away from the ball is almost that our hands are hanging straight down underneath our chin. Again, not standing super far away like we do with our driver and not too close like we would with our irons. We still want that freedom. We want our arms to hang, which is just going to allow the body to turn freely. And the best drill for distance away from the ball, one you'll see me do literally all the time, because you can do it with every club in the bag from putter to driver. So just stand with the club straight in front, belly button height, bend so that the club head lays flat on the ground. So here I just need to shuffle in. Take our stance and allow our hands to hang underneath our chin. Straight away, this puts the weight in the balls of our feet. It gives us a natural bend to our knees and the perfect angle with our back. We're not reaching for the ball and we're not stuck too close. So mastering the ball position and the distance that we stand away from the ball is setting you up to an easy technique without topping it, thinning it, and we're going to gain more height. So let's move on to tip number 2. So tip number 2 is all about the sternum. The sternum, when it comes to our fairway wood, is destroyed by so many golfers trying to swing too hard and too fast. Because they assume this is going to travel a far distance, they try and just hit it way too hard to compensate for that. So what does that do to the sternum? When we go to hit the ball, if we're trying to swing too hard and fast, you can see my sternum moves from off the ball to behind the ball. To try and get back to the ball now, we've got to sway to get back there. It's going to be uncontrollable. You're actually not going to hit it far, and it's going to be inconsistent. Instead, let's keep the sternum over the ball by just looking at a point slightly at the back of the ball, which is going to allow the whole body to rotate as one. You can see sternum stayed over the ball. I'm just going to turn back through. This is actually going to create more power, more speed, and we're just going to hit it so much more consistent. So let's move on to tip number 3. Now, tip number 3 is all about achieving the correct low point in the swing. This is essential for clean contact and no tops when it comes to the fairway wood. So as we approach impact, focus on keeping the club head low to the ground. And this encourages a sweeping motion, which stops any fats, thins, and allows you to hit it clean. And what does that mean? So the low point when it comes to our fairway woods is here. And the beauty of this fairway wood and what it's designed to do, as we've just mentioned, is to stay as low to the ground as possible. You can see the face is narrow, the back is long. So gliding this along the ground is what it's designed for. However, I see so many golfers going back to try and hitting the ball way too far, or hitting this like they do with the driver. The low point's too far behind the ball, and it's just going to cause you to top the ball. Instead, we really want to focus on making that ball to ground contact, which again is going to encourage the club to stay as low to the ground as possible. It's going to give you that clean contact and you're going to be hitting it so pure. So rather than making contact with the ground before the ball, let's now make clean, solid strikes, hitting the ball and then the ground. The best drill for this, and it's literally one of my favourite drills in golf, is get yourself a tee and pop it just in front of the ball like this. The aim of this drill is to hit the ball and sweep the tee away afterwards. Again, this is going to encourage the club head to stay low to the ground. You're not going to be making contact with the ground too early, and you're going to hit it so pure every time. When you're out on the golf course, pick a green of grass or a little bit of mud that you can use as a gauge or a visual to enable you to hit the ball and then the imaginary tee. Let's give it a go. That felt so good, and it's just the best drill. By focusing on these 3 simple tips, you'll see significant improvements when it comes to your fairway woods. So if you found value from today's video, then I'd really appreciate it if you could hit subscribe. There's so many more amazing videos coming your way, so don't miss out and get better at golf at the same time. Click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.